Have you ever wanted to try a new agent but not sure which way to go, or maybe you need a good info agent and you don't know which one best suits you? You're going to want to check out this video. Today we're going to show you the best Sova lineups on Split here, so come with us and let's take a look. Taking a look at attack side on A first, we're going to show you 3 different recon bolts that are going to be able to get a lot of info for this site and help your team push in. First one here is going to be a fairly simple one. You're going to want to go ahead and put yourself as far in this little corner as you can. Get your recon dart out. Make sure you have your cursor lined up with this little edge of this building right here.
Right here.
Right there. You're going to want to just take your arrow and do a full charge. Or excuse me, not a full charge. You're going to take your arrow and do a 2 charge, like
Scanning
so.
ahead.
And that is going to go ahead and pop it right there on that wall. That is going to give you wonderful, beautiful info from elbow right there. Going to give you a little bit of info from screens right there, as well as letting you know if there's anyone close here or here with a shotgun. Second recon dart is going to be sort of the same info, but a little bit extra. This one you're going to want to bop on top of this rock right here, this rock box. Then you're going to want to go ahead, pull out your recon dart, have your cursor lined up with this little tiny sliver of the wall right here. You're going to want to put your cursor right about there where it's lined up with the grass and the wall. You're going to pull out your dart. This one is going to be a full charge, and you're going to want to jump and fire at the same time, like so.
Scanning ahead.
Doing that is going to push it right there, going to give you a little bit more info about people who are maybe holding closer in tower, going to let you know if there's anyone holding this deep corner right there. And again, just giving you a little bit more info about elbow, as well as on the middle of the site. Finally, for A side attack, this one is going to be directly in your spawn. As soon as you turn right, you're going to want to go ahead and put yourself in this corner right here. And from there, you're going to want to make sure that your health HUD is lined up directly with that sliver of the bar, like so. You're going to want to go ahead and make sure it is connected right there. From there, you're going to give yourself 1 bounce and a full charge and let it rip.
Revealing area.
This dart's going to travel all the way to the tippy top of this building, bounce off of that, start falling, and land directly on site. This one's going to give you a bit more info if they're holding on site, more elbow, as well as let you know if there's anyone holding close here, or if there is anyone in tower or in this corner. These 3 recon darts are very crucial, not only to let you know where the enemy is, but your teammates pushing in as well. They're going to be able to spot them. Even if the enemy destroys the dart, it'll give them ample enough time to realize where they are and check the places that your dart was not able to scan. When you are defending A side on Split, you're going to have a couple of different recon darts. That way you can change it up if the enemy is starting to know where your darts are and shoot them immediately. These different ones, this variety is going to help you a ton. So for our first one, what you're going to want to do is just go ahead and put yourself a little bit out of this window right here. Then you're going to want to go ahead and take a look at that little Terraria bar right there. Going to want to go ahead and line your cursor up with the very top of it there. And then it's just a simple full charge and pull.
Scanning ahead.
That right there is going to be a pretty simple, very wonderful one. Not too much revealing of you. The enemy won't be able to shoot you while you are shooting this, and it not only gets a good amount of info for people that are pushing in, but also lets you know if there's anyone starting to move towards sewer or just sitting in this corner or on this box. Secondary shock dart, if you are maybe holding a bit closer to rafters, maybe you have a shotgun, maybe you just want to get a little froggy and maybe get closer, this one is perfect for you. You're going to want to take a look at this billboard right here. Another simple full charge.
Revealing area.
This one going to let you know again if they are pushing fast or if they are holding, waiting for someone to peek, and gives you and your team a lot of ample time to re-rotate. For our last recon dart here on A defense, you're going to want to have your ultimate for this one. This one is good if you don't have it, but this one is perfect if you have your ultimate. What you're going to want to do is position yourself right in the middle of sight, and now I know you might be wondering, Alex, what are you doing? They're going to rush you immediately, and you are going to be clapped like a flapjack on Thursday. Well, I will show you exactly what we are going to do. You're going to want to go ahead and make sure that you have your cursor lined up somewhere around right here, and it's just a simple 3 pull and let it go.
Scanning ahead.
This one, again, letting you know even if there's any enemies right here, or if there's any enemies holding that corner or starting to push in immediately. All of these are very, very useful if you have your ult. Again, if you know where they are, you can simply go ahead and pop your ult and let it go. If you and your team are pushing onto site at B and maybe playing a little bit slow or maybe not just going in quickly and fast, these few arrows are going to be perfect for letting you know if anyone is on site. Our first arrow, you're going to want to go ahead and make sure that you line yourself up in the middle of this little box hut area. Pull out your recon dart. Make sure that your cursor is in the middle of that car sign and that building, like so. Here. From there, pull out your arrow, give it a 2 charge. No bounces, and as you can see, goes all the way onto site and gets pretty much a good general view of the site. Lets you know if there's anyone holding back here B site, lets you know if there's anyone on rafters, and even a little bit in B tower, as well as all the way here on site and default. Another recon dart that gives you about the same info but is a different shot. This one, you're going to want to put yourself in this far corner right here, a little bit further behind this hut. You're going to want to go ahead and then find this little crux of the highway right here and that little edge like so. Not too high and not too low, just right there in the middle. From there, you're going to want to go ahead and give your recon dart 1 bounce and a full charge and go.
Revealing area.
This one, going to travel all the way a little slow, just so that you know, and then there is going to give you, again, a wonderful view of the back site, let you know if there's anyone holding close with a shotgun or a killjoy turret or anything of the sort, and it is very, very wonderful if your team is playing default. From the same spot, alternatively, if you know there is someone maybe holding B site around default, this one will be wonderful, wonderful for that. This one is going to be a shock dart placement. And again, you're going to want to put yourself in this corner, line it up with the same crux of the highway. This time, you're going to want to give it 2 charges on the bounce, or 2 bounces and a full charge. When you let it go, starts flying, goes to the almost exact same place, except it winds up right there, which is beautiful. A lot of people that I've played against play right here. They try to peek right there and see if there's anyone peeking from your team, but they will have to eventually move because there are going to be shock darts coming for them. Lastly, for our shock darts and recon darts on site, this next one, again, is going to be a bit of a cautious one. You're going to want to make sure that if your team is pushing in with you, they are pushing fast and hard. You are going to want to go ahead and just take a peek at that little AC vent right there. Give it a good old full charge and pop it. This lets your team know, again, if there's anyone holding close, and if you guys are pushing fast, you will need to know that immediately. So it is a very, very quick dart. And it lets you know, again, if anyone is on back site or holding this close corner. So the only corner you'll need to worry about is this close right here, which if you have a sage of some sort or something, you should be able to wall it and get onto site with no problem whatsoever. Now, let's say that you and your team on B, when you are attacking, already know where the enemies are on site, and you maybe want to get a little bit info from heaven. These recon darts are going to be beautiful, beautiful for that. What you're going to want to do is put yourself in this little corner. It has a bit of a lip right there. You're going to want to make sure that you're not too far to the left. You're going to just want to make sure that you get as comfy in this corner as you can. And then from there, what you're going to want to do is pull out your recon dart. Again, taking a look at the charge line bar, the first one this time, you're going to want to take a look at that big light on that building. And you're going to want to line up the bottom of your first charge bar line right there. And give it a full charge. Let it go. This one is going to travel all the way above heaven. Drop directly in from right here. And land like so. This one gives you a wonderful view of heaven. Lets you know if there's an enemy maybe holding close right here in tower for anyone pushing mid. Let them know if there's anyone holding far back. Or even if anyone is on rafters or a little bit over there, like so. With that same recon dart, if you want to maybe change it up a little bit, but also still get info from heaven, you're going to want to do basically the exact same thing, except this time, you're going to want to give yourself 1 bounce on the charge. Full charge it again, let it go, and it is going to land right there. This one, again, doesn't give you any info for anyone who's sitting right there, but does give you a lot more info if anyone is holding close to here or even further in like so. Now, when you're pushing on to B and you start to see people in heaven, maybe your recon dart ends up tagging someone in heaven and they're playing somewhere around here and you want to get a couple extra good damage points on them, this double shock dart lineup is going to be perfect for you. First thing you're going to want to do is get yourself into this little cabana area. Then from there, you're going to want to make sure you're on this second step. Look all the way up. You'll be able to see this star that is in the sky. It is a bit hard to see on a recording, but you will see it when you are in game. You're just going to want to make sure that it is in the middle of those two platforms,
Right
that
here.
one and
Right
that
here.
one. You're going to want to make sure it is dead center in the middle like that. Then from there, you're going to want to go ahead and pull out your shock dart. Make sure that you have the top of the charge bar lined up with the corner of this
Right
little
here.
pipe area, like so. Then from there, the first shock dart, you're going to want to go ahead and give one bounce and a full charge. And it's going to look something like this.
Shock dart.
Going to travel all the way up above heaven. Give it one bounce. It's going to then fall, go all the way down, and drop right there. Second shock dart, you're going to put yourself in the same position again, except this time you're going to want to take a look at this light side of the pipe on the bottom part of it. You're going to want to go ahead and put your charge bar, the top of your charge bar, somewhere in the middle of that. Give it a full charge, no bounce this time. Let it go. This one is going to travel in the same direction as the other one. No bounce because you're going to want it to reach its destination at the exact same time as the other one. And it's going to land right there in the exact same place. Altogether, this is what it should look like.
Shock dart.
They both land perfectly right there, right one after the other. And this one, again, double shock dart does a ton of damage. So if anyone is holding anywhere near here, even if you just clip them with one of the shock darts, they are going to be hurting and burning. And this is wonderful for you and your team. The enemy will maybe play a bit more passively, and it'll give you more ample enough time to push on to B site. When you and your team decide to retake B, there are a couple of different recon darts. That way your team can know where the enemy is playing on site. First one is going to be if you are coming from mid, maybe you're rotating over from ropes and going through heaven. If there is no enemy in heaven, what you're going to want to do is go ahead and do our other simple recon dart that we had on attack, except this time it's going to be on defense. Again, making sure you know where the AC vents are,
Scanning ahead.
pulling it like so. Very wonderful one right there. Second one is going to be if you are pushing from your spawn and trying to retake. This one, you're going to want to put it right about
Revealing
there.
area.
Both of these are going to give you ample enough info to at least a couple of enemies. That way your team can push onto site a bit more confidently. And last but not least, if you are again retaking B and you hear them planting, or you know that there is one holding default on site and you are pushing from B main, this shock dart is going to be a wonderful use of damage and help your team a grand amount. What you're going to want to do is put yourself in this corner right here. I would recommend crouching because I'm not too sure if they're able to see your head over this box by a little bit. They might be able to. So for safety, I would go ahead and crouch. From there, you're going to want to go ahead and take a look at this wonderful bicycle right there. Take a look in between the two handlebars. Line it up like so. Give yourself 2 bounces on the shock dart. Full charge. Let it go. And it lands perfectly right there. If you want to go ahead and shoot both of them, you can go ahead and do that one after the other. You won't be able to get a double shock dart, but you will still be able to do a ton of
Shock
damage.
dart.
Shoot one like that, and shoot another
Shock
one
dart.
like so. Does give them enough time to move around if they get hit by the first one, but maybe they have no brains and you are able to get a free kill. And that is going to be all of our Sova lineups here on Split. I want to thank you all so very much for checking out the video today. It means the world to me that you guys are supporting me and watching these videos and hopefully getting better from all these different lineups and setups that we have shown you today. We're going to be doing more Sova lineups in the future. Our editor was a bit sick, so hopefully he can make a quick recovery very fast and very healthy. And we will have more and more uploads coming to you in the very near future. So stick around. Thank you guys for watching. Definitely let me know if there are any lineups I missed. Definitely let me know what other agents you'd like to see me cover. And I will definitely see you guys on the next video.